Welcome everyone. So after the um, creator and the actress of the game for Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet, made some appearance recently again. Let me show you one moment. In the article right here that you can find in the description of the video as well. If you want to read it, should you want to read it in detail, I thought I go back to the trailer that was released last year of the product that they are going to sell at some point, the game Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet, what they are showing in that trailer, my impressions on it. I think it's a good time just so that it won't be forgotten with all the releases this year. There are a vast amount of games this year, many good games this year coming out. So it shouldn't be neglected to show a bit of love for this one and show how we appreciate it and what impressions we have of this title. Right, then let's start watching it, and I will pause and give a bit of my input from time to time. So it's obviously a space game of some sort or kind. The planet looks a bit like a plastic model, but probably because of, well, if you look at pictures from satellites of Earth, it always looks a bit weird, especially if you have big cloud formations. So it's not that difficult, especially this part looks like it's some kind of papier-mâché or something, but that's not something I would hold against it because that is actually something that might be how it would look like. It's dramatic. This, on the other hand, right, the sudden shift in colors, this is, I think it's far too bright. I'm not sure what exactly would cause such a bright red on a planet to be reflected, but it's a sci-fi game, right? It could be pretty much anything. Maybe the uh, dominant species on that planet painted absolutely everything red, or the atmosphere. No, the atmosphere has a blue ring like the Earth atmosphere, so it's not atmospheric. It's something of the background. Maybe the water is simply red. Who knows, right? Then the next part is right here. The ship. Whoops, the ship, as you can see. Oh, let's go back. I think this looks like plastic. Maybe it's real because it's actually a German car brand, so maybe that's how it's supposed to look. Because if you look at the cars nowadays, some of them don't look as if they're made of metal, especially if you look into games, right? I have that one racing game that I got with my PlayStation, like I said in my first video, that I never played. But the previous version of the game I got together with my PlayStation 3 as well, and in that the cars weren't really like cars, and they were much more like plastic models of cars, and it felt the same, which is why I don't bother unpacking the game that I have on the side, right? So this could very well be simply the design of Porsche, how they would design a spacecraft. It's the design itself is appealing, I think, right? You have the somewhat aerodynamic look with that makes it look fast, speedy, and small. You have engines and whatnot. It's a sci-fi. It's a typical spaceship, small spacecraft. I think it's pretty okay. Just the colors and the reflection of the red here, which is also, in addition that the planet is also red, maybe a different color would have been a better approach for one of them. Watching anime, always a good thing. Right, that looks interesting. And here we come to the main part of the gameplay, I think. Right, because we had the introduction of the video. Let's go. We had the introduction of the video, and now we cut in on the main part of gameplay, which would be the typical part of it. And to demonstrate, I have here some props, right? I have my very own devices that I use sometimes for the same purpose that is shown in this video, right? I have here some more, and how to use it, so I'm not unfamiliar with the concept at all of this hairstyling or self-shaving simulator, right? Right, so if you look here, right, this is how it's made short with this part of the razor. It's considerably shorter than before. You can see how it's just one side for now. We will go through the rest later. It's learning by doing. It's a bit longer around the ears. That's something that need to be addressed later. It's just, it's a work in progress, so to speak, right? So we will work ourselves through the progress, and at the end of the video, it's complete. For now, though, let's continue a bit with the trailer. Maybe we get some special insights. It's right, you can see here she is taking a bit of the easy variant because she is just cutting everything off. Right, it's more difficult to leave some behind, to have some kind of hairstyle or hairstyling or a specific haircut than simply get rid of all of it, right? And you can see that the normal part where she uses the shaver and has all in all an all-encompassing, it's mostly 1 millimeter, how it's what remains, which can be shaved off with a liquid shaver or a lady shaver, how they're called, or it could be waxed off, but I don't recommend it. The skin on your head is not made for that kind of rupture, and that kind of pull. It could rupture and it would be painful, and head wounds tend to bleed a lot, so it would be really messy in your bathroom. Right, so let's continue and see what else we can discover from this. Yeah, so it's another reminder right here that tells us it's about not only haircutting but hygiene and cleaning in general in space, right? Because of course if you were to I'm no astronaut, obviously, but I assume that if you're an astronaut and if you're in a spaceship and you have the risk of zero-G environment, that it could be hazardous if you were to shave off your hair and the small hair floats everywhere and into the smallest ridges and crevices of the ship, and suddenly your engine system is burning out and you have a major disruption. And I assume that this is to show that if you are messy like that, right, if you are not cleaning up properly, if you don't use proper steps for hygiene, especially in space, that we should probably have some kind of accident soon, right? And then the gameplay would probably be you shave your head and then you have to clean up with a vacuum cleaner and see that everything is clean and that nothing is getting into the electronic systems of your ship. Yeah, bit of a mystery here. What's actually going on? What's with that wall? Is she a stalker, maybe? Maybe she's the villain? It's hard to say.
Jordan,
Tell me something good.
well, you're right, it checks out. He's hiding out around the Superior Moon.
Excellent.
He's next to fucking Superior. No, how is that?
Excellent.
Well, what can I say to that? It's apparently not a haircutting simulator. I was wrong. Or it's about a customer who fled from paying for the service. I'm not sure. As you can see, what I'm sure about, I've finished the preparation of the side and the back of my head, right? So I will go into the hair above and then this to cut the sides a bit shorter, but the preliminary steps are done for now.
How is that excellent? He's next to fucking Superior. No one has left that planet in over 600 years. Anyone who even flies close to it is never heard from again.
Superstitions.
No. Superstitions are the crazy rumors about what happened on that planet. These are facts.
You worry too much.
You know what I worry too.
That's a bit extreme, right? I mean, just because a customer had left 1 or 2 payments to straight up pull out a gun, normally you would just send them a warning that they missed a payment, right? I mean, hairstylists shouldn't be that bothered about it. I mean, surely they deserve to be paid. It's not that I'm saying they shouldn't be paid for their work, but just to go straight up pulling a gun on someone who hasn't paid, I assume, right? I mean, we can only assume at this part what this game is about, right? It's I mean, it started with that shaving scene, so just made sense that the main action of the game is to style the hair of either your protagonist or the people that you're working with, the NPCs and whatnot.
I say we wait for him to leave, or how about we find a new lead? He's not worth it. I'm wasting my time, aren't I?
Can you please blame him? I don't need another hunter swooping in.
Who is swooping? No one is crazy enough to go there.
He clearly is.
He is clearly desperate.
And so am I, so claim him, or I will find another agent.
Yeah, that's what they all your fucking shit. Okay, alright, you know what? There, you're the boss.
So it seems to be a bounty hunter game for hairstylists, maybe. I mean, his hairstyle it's not bad, but it's not overwhelmingly good as well, right? Maybe that's a thing. Threat level, maybe it's not welcome to cut your hair short, so people are reacting a bit aggressive. I really don't know where the trailer's going. And this interface right here, you know, that's really old school, right? I mean, this is a space game, right? Shouldn't the tech in a spaceship from Porsche be actually somewhat impressive? Instead, this Game Boy whatever.
Thank you.
Listen, kid. I'll see you on the other side.
Yeah. So, all this lead up with the background music, and now she is typing on her 1980s Sony telephone, right? Which looks a bit like a car radio, which makes sense. It's a spaceship, but honestly, it's a retro. Even nowadays, this is retro or vintage. Maybe I'm not sure where the difference is, to be honest. So I guess we'll continue in a moment. As you can see, I have now finished almost everything. I've cut the sides short, cut the top short. It won't get much shorter than that. I've used the second setup here. It's as short as 1 or 2 millimeters, so it's almost the same as the one that's used in the video, where she goes without any adjustments and just the bare shaver, which I will do as well to cut the neck part and the edges of the hairline, just to have a smoother transition from the part where I don't have it, where is no hair and where is hair, and the smaller hairs that grow on the lower part of the neck, just cut that all short, right? It's pretty easy to do if you have the right tools. And the part around the ears, there I use my second shaver. It's smaller, narrower, so it's easier not to cut half of it off and make some weird signs into the hair, right? But now let's just go with the trailer for a bit longer and see how far it will go. And maybe we learn what the actual game is about. Except that they have an old Sony radio, that Game Boy tech like bounty hunter. Maybe because it's untraceable, they have to use such rudimentary tech that it doesn't really look good. Who knows? Yeah, I want to look at that again. We have this. It's well, it's highlighting the brand where they got their sponsorship from. Obviously, it's Sony and Porsche, and I wonder how tall this part actually is. I mean, she has a whole cabin in there, so it's I would like to see a model of the ship, how a human would stand next to it, just for reference. I'm curious. That's all. All right, that guy looks badass, right? I'm not sure what her job is. I mean, she is obviously still the hairstylist bounty hunter mix, and I'm not sure how that fits with the bald robot. So, what is there to say? I'm not sure what this game is about. I am not sure what to make of it because it's some kind of hairstylist self simulator. Maybe it's with the motion controller, so you have to, you know, uh, reenact the motions, how it's done. And then it turns out to be a space flight, a bit. How much space flight is unknown, and some combat stuff, probably in cutscenes, I guess. Right, so it's for a game trailer. Half of it was simply boring. I said, all right. More than half of it was boring. Only the last what 5 to 10 seconds where anything interesting happened. So it's a bit hard to say, but you may have noticed I have finished. I did it around the ears as well, cut a bit on the pony, and the edges on the back, which is always a bit tricky, because you can't see it obviously if you do it yourself. So either you do it by sensing it with feeling with your hand, or maybe you find someone else to do it. I have the experience that girls are especially happy to oblige with that. It's just if they're not trained in it, they might accidentally do absolute horrible things to your hair. Right? So my cousin once had his sister do it, and she, he didn't take it that well. Let's leave it at that. Right? So, as before, if you have anything you want a Chuds opinion on, say it in the comments, let me know, and I might make a video about it. I'm interested to what you have to say. If you liked it, if you hated it, if you think I am an ugly bastard or something like that, just write it all down. I welcome it anyway. Until then, bye.